A lot we'll be looking at on the program today. The CBEX issue, also the Naira for crude policy. My guest on the program today is a chief economist at SBM Professionals. He is Paul Alaje, and he'll be joining me as we really dig beyond the headlines to unravel more about these issues. Good to have you join us, Mr. Alaje. Let's begin with the Naira for crude policy and its impact on the Nigerian economy. For the second time in just a week, Dangote refinery has reduced its ex-depot price of petrol. But how significant is this?
Very significant, I must tell you. I'm happy that we did not miss the opportunity to get some level of stability in our economy. What would have happened if that has not been extended? By now, I tell you, exchange rate would have been inching towards 1,800, 1,900. And in 6 months from now, we might have to be, we might be looking for dollar to even buy PMS in our vehicles. A great decision made by the executive that program should be extended. And the impact would only strengthen competition between NNPCL, Dangote Refinery, and those that are importing into our country. It's kudos, it's correct decision. I remember that I mentioned clearly that we should do everything possible to extend that agreement, and that arrangement is a good one that is being extended. It's going to be positive for our economy. When you look at macroeconomic indicator, price stability is one of them. One of the things that our organization has found out that is affecting inflation today is the price of energy, which includes electricity and PMS, among others, of course, diesel and so on. So allowing this to extend will mean we are indirectly influencing inflation from non-monetary angle. And what have we done? We've said, because we are Nigeria, even though it's a global product, let's maintain it in Naira. And I think that was a good decision taken by authorities.
Mr. Alaje, you've ruled out the importance, benefits of this, very big grammar. But you know what? The average Nigerian out there on the street is complaining about the fact that he is not actually feeling the impact of this. Because, for instance, motorists have not exactly reduced fares despite paying lesser for petrol. How do we get the benefits to trickle down to the final consumers?
When sources of prices, that's input cost, when they reduce, I beg your pardon, price reduction is usually sticky. They don't come down the way they went up. So it takes time. What we can do, however, is to ensure that we introduce policy that will sustain this reduction. So this policy may include the second important thing that is making prices to go up, that people have not felt the impact, which is exchange rate. When we combine reduction in cost of energy through policy with exchange rate and sustain it over a period of time, certainly people will feel it. When people don't feel it, they will tell you that, well, we have not seen anything government has done. And that is why we must push for government to do more. This is a good one. And in my own tradition, or in my own, as a person, when I see a correct decision government have made, it's important we say it loudly and clearly. And when we see things that government has not done enough of, it's also important to call it. This price reduction will not come down overnight. It will take time. But to accelerate the reduction, we need to combine it with one other decision, which is stability in exchange rate. And I hope that the thing we are noticing before the policy was mentioned and going to 1.6, it can reverse back to 1.5 and even below that.
All right. And talking about Dangote, some shareholders are urging Aliko Dangote to reciprocate the government's gesture by listing its Dangote Petroleum Refinery on the stock exchange. Do you support that call, and how realistic is it?
Well, I think Dangote Refinery's decision will depend on the current management. It will be a nice one for people to buy into the refinery. It means the openness of the refinery will grow. But the tradition of Mr. Aliko Dangote. He might not be an economist, but by now, business experience has made him to be a key player in majorly microeconomics, and by extension, his role as the nation to also understand, to have some understanding of macroeconomy. So I will give it to him. But it's important that that decision will lie with him. Now, if it's listed on the exchange, honestly, it will have major impact on the overall economy. Because when you check, when that project was going up, that was the largest single factory, largest investment going on anywhere on the soil of Africa. So if that goes to the exchange, it will have a tremendous positive impact on the exchange, one, two, also the reputation of our country. And it also, of course, boosts the perception of private sector, not just in Nigeria, all around the world. What will happen to our rating? Among international rating agency, very positive. So it ticks all the boxes. But the question is, we don't have the power or the influence to mandate Mr. Dangote if he doesn't want to say he must be listed. It can only be through persuasion, and except and unless the refinery needs money, they want to raise funds from the capital market, then that would be a good reason. As a businessman, he perhaps wants to see what is the need for me if I enlist it, because what you have enlisted, it means you want to share your risk and your profit with the public.
But have you, Mr. Alaje, tried to imagine how impactful it would be if more refineries are able to benefit from the Naira for Crude initiative? Does it appear this policy is effective in helping more refineries spring up locally?
Honestly, 100% more refineries will spring up. Already we have some modular refineries which also can participate in the ongoing scheme. So I'm also aware that licenses have been issued for new refineries to come to the stream. When they understand that they won't need to necessarily look for dollars that are relatively scarce, that can also put pressure on the Naira. So it's a good one for them. And I know it's a way indirectly of encouraging more refineries to come up so that we can eventually be free from this significant product that seems to have held us down for many decades.
All right, Ms. Alaje, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking about Ponzi schemes and the latest, which is CBEX, and how some Nigerians have actually lost at least 1.3 trillion naira to the fraud. Please stay with us.